It is Monday. It is the 20th of January. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center, live from Hong Kong. Our top stories today. It is crossing 60,000 kilometers in 120 days. And in the past few hours, the Winter Olympic torch has made an emotional journey to the Russian city of Volgograd. It was at this very train station where a suicide bomber detonated an explosive last month. A day later, another blast hit a busy city bus. 30 people were killed in those attacks. And Phil Black is in Volgograd. He joins us now with more on this event that is clouded, I guess, with a sense of insecurity. Phil?
Yeah, well, Monita, it was this train station, as you say, where 3 weeks ago, a man walked in.
Phil, thank you very much. Phil Black there live for us from Volgograd. Peace talks have triggered a war of words after the UN Secretary General made a controversial addition to the guest list for the Syria conference. Ban Ki-moon invited Iran to participate in the Geneva-based talks and defended the move at a press conference.
As I have said repeatedly, I believe strongly that Iran needs to be part of the solution to the Syrian crisis.
Well, Syria's main opposition has reacted with outrage, and Washington says it is deeply concerned. Nick Payton-Walsh has been following the story from Beirut, and he joins us now. Nick, of course, all of this is happening just before this conference is scheduled to start. It certainly puts a shadow of concern over these talks as to whether or not anything will actually come out of it before they even begin.
Well, the real shadow is, will they actually really take place at all? The Syrian opposition coalition has said...
It seems as though, Nick, sometimes, I guess, a shock tactic is what's needed because a softly approach doesn't seem to be working either. Nick Payton-Walsh there live for us from Beirut. Thank you so much. Well, meanwhile, Iran's state news agency is reporting that Tehran has suspended higher-grade uranium enrichment at a main nuclear facility. That's part of an interim nuclear deal between Iran and 6 world powers that officially begins today. We're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Just ahead, you are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. Here's a look at some of the stories that we're following for you here at CNN News Center. Violence has broken out at rallies in the Ukrainian capital. Huge crowds turned out in Kiev to demonstrate against new laws limiting the right to protest. 30 police officers were reportedly injured when the two sides clashed in front of government buildings. A strong earthquake shook the lower part of New Zealand's North Island on Monday. It rattled buildings and knocked these groceries right off the shelf. The 6.2 magnitude quake also cut off power for thousands of people. There are no reports of casualties. 2 separate bomb attacks by the Taliban have killed at least 30 people across Pakistan. A suicide attack during the Monday morning rush hour killed more than 10 people in Rawalpindi, close to Pakistan's army headquarters. The U.S. conservationists say more than 200 dolphins have been rounded up in Japan's Taiji Cove as part of its controversial annual hunting season. The Sea Shepherd Conservation Society says nearly 40 dolphins have already been taken into captivity, and the rest will be killed for meat. The group says fishermen are expected to begin the slaughter today. Now, new developments in the Kenneth Bae case. He's that American who has been jailed in North Korea for more than a year. He's speaking out to reporters, and CNN's Paula Hancock joins us now live from Seoul with more on what he had to say. Paula?
Well, Monita, this was a fairly unexpected press conference. We did hear from Kenneth Bae. He was wearing a grey prison outfit and cap.
Paula, thank you. Paula Hancock's there live for us from Seoul. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Demonstrators took to the streets here in Hong Kong, and they want justice for a young domestic worker who says she was abused and tortured by her employer. Well, that employer is now under arrest. We'll bring you details next. Welcome back to CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. We want to bring you more on an issue we highlighted here on CNN News Center last week. Authorities are investigating claims by a young Indonesian maid that she was beaten and tortured by her employer here in the city for months. She is now recovering in a hospital in Indonesia. Well, in response to Amnesty International's claims, authorities from Indonesia and Hong Kong emphasized their commitment to protecting these women. The Hong Kong Labor Department says any abuse that is supported by sufficient evidence will be prosecuted. Well, Anna Coren joins us now here in Hong Kong. And Anna, you know, we talk about how much this is a multi-billion-dollar industry employing domestic workers from Indonesia and from the Philippines, these kind of countries. But how widespread is this kind of abuse, at least what is documented anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a good thing that the police are taking this particular case seriously by arresting the employer. And as I say, there are police coming forward.
All right, Anna, thank you very much for that. Anna Coren there, live for us from here in Hong Kong. Let's switch gears now and get a check of weather conditions. Mari Ramos joins us now from the World Weather Centre. And Mari, I'm hearing that Europe's comet-chasing spacecraft has woken up.
Yeah, we're gonna not talk too much about weather this time, but let's just talk a little bit about space. This is a pretty cool story. You know, it's been, what, 30 months, over 2 years already since
Yeah, it's not a hop, skip, and a jump away, though, is it?
Yep, that's right.
Thank you very much for that. You are watching CNN News Centre. I'm Monita Rajpal at CNN Hong Kong. Stay with us. I'll update you the news headlines in just a few minutes.